Hey there YouTube, my name is Politichick, and this is my contribution to the YouTube anti-racism collaboration effort. I've been meaning to make a response for some time, so there are a lot of videos out there already, and I'm delighted to see so many people coming out in support of a pro-equality anti-racism position. I do think that there's value in all of us expressing our opinion that racism is wrong. I really do. So I don't want to knock anybody who's done that. But I think that we can challenge ourselves to do more. We can do more. One of the things that I have noticed, though, that's missing from a lot of the videos, at least the ones that I've seen, I haven't gotten through them all, I have to admit, but I haven't seen a specific call to action. So I thought in my contribution I would take some time to talk about action opportunities. So let's get started. Okay, so I've finished recording everything and I've done as much editing as I can, and I just can't cut any more out. So here's what I've got to do. I have to split the video. I'm going to take out some of the stuff that I had at the beginning about action ideas, and I'm going to move that to a separate video, and I'm going to leave in the part that I think packs the most punch. So I'm going to give you that, but if you're looking for more action ideas, please go to my profile, politichick, and you know, check out my secondary video that's going to have some other action ideas for you. Now, here comes the hard part of the challenge. It's easy for any of us to sit in front of a camera and say that we are against racism. It's a lot more uncomfortable for us to confront racism when it's coming from our friends or from our family or from our coworkers. For example, do you have a friend that uses words like nigger or raghead or chink? Next time someone you know says something like that, uses a racial slur, confront them. I mean, it doesn't have to be real hostile, but you can say, hey, dude, you know, that's not a cool thing to say, and I don't want to hear that, and please don't say that. Another example, do you know somebody who makes sweeping generalizations about people of a particular racial or ethnic group, saying that you know, something applies to all of them? Confront them. You can challenge them on that kind of a statement. You can say, hey, I don't think that's really true of everybody in that group. I think that we all need to do more. We all need to really step up and talk to people who we know and like and care about and say, hey, I don't understand why you feel this way. Let's talk about it. We can engage our friends. We can engage our family in discussions like this. And we can do it in a non-confrontational way, or we can do it in a loving way. I guess it is confrontational inherently to a certain extent. But we can do it in a way that says, hey, I know that you're not really this kind of a person, and I think you need to think about what you're really saying. I think the best case scenario in a situation like that is that the person starts to think, at least they become more aware of it when they do it, and they start to think about whether that's really what they want to say. And the worst case scenario is that at the very least they know that you don't want to hear it. And so it's going to be said that much less often because it's not going to be said around you. And that's a positive difference. If you don't say anything, you're essentially giving tacit approval to what they've said. They're going to assume that you agree with them if you don't speak up. So speak up. Now for the hardest part of all. Before we all get too self-satisfied that we have an anti-racist stance and that we're speaking out against racism, we need to consider that we live in a racist society, and that none of us in this society can truly eliminate all racist ways of thinking. We have to consider our own thoughts and our own views on various issues, and think about how racism might be affecting what our position on a given issue is. So I thought I'd throw out a few issues for you to think about, and consider whether your own view on any of these issues is influenced by racism that is still within you. Affirmative action. The method of local funding for public schools. Public assistance or welfare. And one that's very controversial for a lot of people who really do not consider themselves racist. Reparations for slavery here in the U.S. I want to leave you with one more challenge. I watched one of Sinq's videos the other day, and he was pointing out that it seems to him that many of us who are white are much more comfortable hearing a white person talk about racism than we are hearing a black person or another person of color talk about racism. But I believe he specifically was saying that white people find it particularly threatening when a black man is talking about racism. He asked us to consider why so many white people were threatened by the same message if it came from a black person, whereas they weren't threatened by that message if it came from a white person. I know he got me thinking. How about you? Thank you, Sinq, for giving us something to think about. So, that's my challenge. Take action to stop racism. Take action to promote equality. And don't forget, while you're challenging everybody around you, don't forget to challenge yourself too. Good night, everyone.